Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ticket Stubs and Popcorn. I am Frank.
And I'm Peter.
He's Peter. Today we're going to be talking about Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin, yeah, the guy's been around forever.
Yeah. Steady presence.
Steady presence, yes, indeed. So drama, funny, that's some good stuff. What do you want to talk about at the end? Because it's always the thing we talk about at the end. It's what we do. Hang around to the end, and we'll talk about something at the end. Why not? Right? Yeah. We'll talk. We'll have coffee.
We'll talk. We'll do it at the end.
Yeah. All right. What do you got? You have a question?
Yeah.
Topic of discussion.
Question. I think we've mentioned documentaries occasionally, not too often because we do acting so much. But talk about documentaries. We've talked about favorite musicals, and then it hit me about. Do you have a favorite concert? Which sometimes can be a documentary and a musical, but you know how it works.
You asked, yep, I definitely do.
Okay.
I definitely do. All right, yeah. That'll be easy and fun. So, start off Alec Baldwin for us, would you?
Alec Baldwin, yeah. All righty. Alec Baldwin, as we said, he's been around for a little bit.
Yeah.
And usually delivers.
He definitely does.
Yeah. So I'm going to, my first one goes back a little bit now. The Cooler.
Oh, yeah. William H. Macy, right?
William H. Macy, yeah. Is the Cooler himself.
He is the Cooler, yeah. Great movie.
Yeah, and now that I'm going to talk about it, I say to myself, it's been a little bit. I think I'm going to have to revisit that one again soon. So in the Cooler, he plays Shelley. He's the casino owner or the managing partner, whatever you want to call it. And he likes it like old school, kind of classy. Yeah. Trying to keep that image up, like a Vegas-y, that old standby. And there are newer ones, different clientele, and that.
Yeah, he likes that old. Sinatra's Vegas.
He likes the old, so he wants to kind of keep that. And
he shook Sinatra's hand.
So he has a work acquaintance, an employee, if we want to call him that, William H. Macy, who is a cooler. There's something about him, his personality, William H. Macy's personality, that Ernie, I don't know what that guy's name is, but. Something about him that just kills anybody's luck, winning streaks, everything just kind of... he puts the kibosh and he doesn't... It's just his effect. That's what it is. He's got this effect on...
You're having some luck. This dude's going to kill
you. Got it. So he's the Cooler, and that's what the title of the movie comes from. And that is great. That's good if you're... Alec Baldwin's character.
Yeah, it's great
because
the house is supposed to win.
The house wins. That's good. And so he tries to control that scene as best as he can. And stuff is going on in William H. Macy's life, his character's life, and things could be improving. Things could be changing. This isn't what Shelley, Alec Baldwin character wants, and he's going to try to control things, change things, manipulate things, and great performance. Not necessarily a nice guy. Plays hard and rough because that's what he needs to do or feels he needs to do to keep this control.
Yeah, it's a good performance.
Yeah, very good.
It's good.
Yeah, I like that one, and it's been a while, so. I think I'm going to have to put that one up there. So watch that one soon, The Cooler. So second one is Glen Ross.
Okay.
He's a great sales motivator, this guy.
He really is.
He's a great sales motivator. Like, he's brought in to motivate the staff. These salesmen need motivating. So they send him in there.
Yeah, he's great.
And it's just, It's like you have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, it's such an iconic performance that you can go into any like office break room or something like that, and you can just walk in and you can just say, put that coffee down. And almost 90% of people are going to know what you're talking about. And the other 10% of the people are just going to think you're an asshole. So,
right, yeah.
You know,
but I
and
like
there'll
coffee.
be some overlap. There'll be some overlap, sure. So such an iconic
Even when you see something that is like some infomercial on TV years ago, and they offer you a set of steak knives.
Yeah,
that all of a sudden changes for you too. You're
yeah,
like,
exactly.
What? Set of steak knives,
Yeah,
and you think
it's
of that
it's so great. He's so good.
It's a wonderful juxtaposition between some of the sad sacks in that office and some of the guys who were just, oh my God, just give me a break. I just need a break. You know, and he's just like, you know, he's not having. This is how it's gonna be.
This is it.
And
you all get to earn your jobs back.
And I'm gonna tell you how to do it at a very, very loud, threatening voice.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's great. It's great.
As if these guys need that at that point in their life, you know. So I love that performance in that movie, and it's a great tour de force of many actors, many wonderful roles, in each one dealing, and he's a great motivator, sales motivator. Oof. So that's a second pick for me, and a third one. I've referenced this movie before. It is one of my favorite movies of all time, and we don't see him, but he is the narrator of The Royal Tenenbaums. And I just love how his voice is, I mean, you recognize it's him, you recognize that voice, but there's something about it. It's comforting, and it's you know, he does reveal it well. It's timing, everything, and I don't know how many times or how many takes it took, you know, for him to do this narration, post-production, I don't know, whatever, but it is just, it's wonderful, it's reassuring, I love it.
Yeah, it is.
I love it. It's well paced.
Yeah, it definitely.
And I don't know how the movie. I know that the movie would still be fantastic. It would still be Wes Anderson. It would still be poignant. It would have everything going. But I still feel that his narration certainly adds
most
a lot
definitely.
to it.
Most definitely. Yeah, I would agree with that.
So
good. That's a good three.
I love those three Alec Baldwin performances, and of course he's got many others.
This doesn't happen often at all, but we
Are you serious?
all three. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say
Just,
there's no way.
No, just one with Glen Ross.
Yeah.
That is it's like you said, he's so great in that, and he's just no bullshit about him at all. It's just like, you know, this is the way it is. You're not getting better leads. You're doing crap job already. Like, I'm going to put in front of you an impossible situation, and if you can't, you know, overcome the hurdles, well, you know, you're not going to be here.
That's it.
It's easy. You know, if you're going to have that defeatist attitude, then too bad, you're done. And he's he really is. From that first line where he's just, you know, put the coffee down. It's just like, what? Like, what is happening? You feel as confused as Shelley does.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just finding my seat here.
Exactly. But he really does. That scene that he's in is such a great. Yeah, it's just so like you feel like, oh my God, like I really need to produce. As just an audience member, I got to step up my game.
That's right.
So yeah, really, really, really great. So my next one, you know what else about The Departed? I mean, not The Departed. The Departed's my next one.
No.
Glen Ross. I was going to say this before when we were talking about that. One of the other sort of characters in that movie that adds a layer to all the pressure that they're under is the weather.
Yeah.
It really because I've seen that movie 1,000 times.
And it's nighttime.
Yeah,
it's dark.
nighttime,
the streets
and it's you're in the city, and it's not just raining; it is buckets.
Yeah,
and that just adds to everything else. That's just annoying. It's just like, oh, I gotta go out of the way. It's just that's just another layer in that movie.
Yeah.
And
Of
it's just
abuse.
like, oh, now I gotta go to. Yes, exactly. It's another layer of abuse.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's that. But getting to The Departed,
Yep.
where there's that scene. It's him and Mark Wahlberg, and they're just. I know that occasionally I'll drop an F-bomb on this show, but I'm not gonna. I can't repeat much of his dialogue because he and Mark Wahlberg go back and forth, and they're great, and I just love their scenes together. He's the FBI guy, and he's just he's fantastic. He's serious and he's no bullshit, and he's just like we got to get this job done, and you feel it. And
that movie is a great example of no small parts. There are no small parts.
Yeah, everyone in that is
fantastic. Important. Each one fits their.
Yeah, everybody his is a relatively small part.
Yeah, it is.
I wouldn't even say it's beyond secondary, and you could have thrown anybody in that role, but it's made better
definitely
by Alec Baldwin's performance.
Yeah.
So my last one would be his role as Jack Donaghy on 30 Rock.
Okay. Yeah.
That show, and to see his character change with the show was sort of mediocre the first maybe season and a half, and then it sort of got its legs and it dipped into the absurd, and it was just he was so great as this. He's very serious, he's very good at what he does, but he's also kind of vulnerable, and he's kind of a clown sometimes, and he's a mentor, but is he really? But he's a great mentor and friend to Liz Lemon, and he just takes her not very seriously, but when she needs it, he does. And it's one of those great, I think, TV show friendships that there's never, whenever there was talk of will they, won't they, because their banter is so great. And I think that Cheers sort of ruined that for every other, sitcom, male-female type of thing. It's just like, oh, are they gonna? And that was never a Liz Lemon, Jack Donaghy kind of thing. It was... And that would ruin it so bad. And even when there was this hint that maybe, when some other person would suggest, you're together, they're both just like, oh, good God, no. Both of them were just not having it. But they were a great TV show friendship. So fantastic.
I like Alec Baldwin for a lot of reasons. And I think one of them is, movie? Sure.
Yeah.
Small role? Sure. Big role? Sure. TV sitcom?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. And it was I remember.
He was doing a reboot of Match Game.
Yeah.
So here he's like the quiz master, a game show host.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got a role for? Yeah.
I'll do it.
It just seemed like I'm gonna have fun, right? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll be there.
And I just his character. Jack Donaghy is probably one of my favorite TV characters of all time. He's so great. And he's just there's one thing where Liz Lemon comes in, and it's just she's like you, and it's just an average after 6 kind of evening, middle of the week, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's just you're in a tuxedo. It's it's after 6, Lemon. What am I, a farmer? There are just so many great Jack Donaghy quotes. He's so great. It's so fantastic.
He's in not just silly movies, serious. I mean, he covers it all.
Oh yeah, and he is, I think, one of the rare instances, and I've gone on and on about this before, where comedians could do drama better than dramatic actors can do comedy. Yeah. And I think he can do both.
Oh yeah.
He moves back and forth between each. Yeah. Really well.
He plays like a Bernie Madoff character in Blue Jasmine.
Yeah.
Which incredible performance by Kate Blanchett. But I mean, he's definitely one of the reasons why she's going off too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and,
he's great in that.
He's wonderful in most everything he does.
Yeah, he's great. All right, cool. Those are my 3 Alec Baldwin. Those are your 3 Alec Baldwin. Let's talk about concert movie. I already know my answer. Why don't you go first?
There's a bunch. A lot of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Reflect the same time period too.
What's your favorite?
I gotta tell you, there's a bunch.
Of course, there's always a bunch.
I love Give Me Shelter. There's Festival Express.
Pick one.
Woodstock, classic one. But one of my favorite ones is I used to be back in the day. Well, I guess I still am, but back in the day when they were active, I was a big Clash fan. And there's a movie called Rude Boy, and it's going on all through the movie because the star, if you want to call him the star, he's playing the part of a roadie, but he's working for the Clash, so they're always having concerts, like real concerts in the background all the time. And so I kind of like the way they had the band play themselves, and that's going on, but the guy's story in the forefront is fictional. But the other stuff is real. And then
that's not really a concert movie. That's a movie where there are lots of concerts
in it. Yeah.
So that's not really a concert movie.
Oh man.
Then you know what?
No. And then I could say the same thing then about like Hard Day's Night. There's a lot of concert stuff going on, but it's not a concert movie.
Right, exactly.
But if that's the case, then maybe it took a long time for it to come out. It's probably like 30 years between the time they filmed it and the time they came out. Was Festival Express, which is that whole Woodstock era, and they're on a train going across Canada, pretty much going to the cities that way, and that's pretty interesting because they're like behind the scenes. They're on the train, and they just, so you see all the concert stuff, but then you just see them talking and partying and drinking on the train. I mean, afterward.
Well, mine, hands down, just the minute you said it, it's Sign of the Times. Prince.
Okay. Good for you.
Prince. It was after. I mean, it's like late '80s, and it's sort of beyond Purple Rain, and it's all new. It's so good. It's just, if you're a Prince fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's probably, and I'm a huge Prince fan.
I know you
we
are.
all know this, and that's my favorite Prince album.
Okay.
From that concert movie, it is just. It's so fantastic. When I'm like sitting at a computer and I've got to do a bunch of work or do something, and I typically need like something else going on in the background. Yeah. It's boom, Sign of the Times, no question.
Very good.
That's my absolute hands down favorite. Good. So great. I was lucky enough to see him 3 times. And amazing live, and to watch Sign of the Times, it's just
I was also lucky enough to see the Clash 3 times.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, possibly 4. I kind of forget, but
that's nature of it.
Yeah.
Who are we doing next?
Beats the heck out of me.
Well, let's look in the bucket. That's the ticket stubs part of the show. All righty. Do you want to see this time?
I see all the time. You're the one who just forgets
I
things.
figure,
he forgets things.
I'll just wait for the memo and stuff like that.
All
right,
Set
cool.
of steak knives.
Yes, set of steak knives.
It was in the memo.
It's in the memo. So, all right, folks, hey, thanks for watching and listening and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care.